would suggest creating a profile with a pen name, something like that, that if you feel that you need to comment on something because you're standing up for something and that's the way you believe you should, then please make a different name for now, because Mindy, you're right. I've been in many hiring committees, and the first thing they do is select the resumes, the top 10 to interview, and then everyone has to go on social media and search those people's names before they're even brought in for the interview, just to make sure that they are representing themselves in a professional way online.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's equally as important to think about the negative aspects of social media too. And I don't know if any of these articles talk about it, but
Hi, I just thought I'd mention.
Send emails.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Tim Morgan.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, I just thought I'd mention that ultimately, like, people can have their free speech in Canada, and employers can't hold your opinion against you in terms of hiring, because that's discrimination to violate your right to work. So I just thought I'd mention that.
Yeah, it is discrimination for sure, Tim.
Right.
You're 100% right. And, I remember...
And I'm not going to be afraid as a Canadian citizen. I'm not going to be afraid as a Canadian citizen, so... Right.
Someone having an argument in a restaurant. Do you remember that? And there was a lot of... Which being filmed without your consent is also against your rights. And then
No, actually in public you can be filmed.
And the company fired...
And from any public point you can be filmed. And that's your right. It's called freedom of press, and it falls under the right to free speech. So that's allowed to anywhere the public can go, they can film.
I know it's just in that pre-screening phase, Tim.
But ultimately, like I said, we have the right to work, and people cannot discriminate. You can hand in a resume.
Be able to hold that you're pregnant against you.
I'm sorry?
However, if you go and apply for a job and you're pregnant and that employer chooses not to hire you,
see, they have rights to work too.
It was because you were pregnant, or
that would be discrimination, because pregnant women, and people who have people who have committed crimes, and pregnant women, pregnant women and people who have committed crimes still have the right to work in Canada.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
So what you're saying is not true. Is they can't discriminate against a pregnant woman and not give her the job because she's pregnant. Same thing with someone who's not applying. If they go directly and give a resume right directly to the store, they can do that, and that's a discrimination to say you have to go online, right? And the same thing with the phone calls this morning for your attendance. Some people, it's against their religious beliefs to go on computers, so they don't want to use a computer, and they can't be forced against their right to conscience to use a computer. But I thought I'd mention that. Just so you guys know about the deal, is that people can make comments on Facebook, and you should not be afraid, because you have free speech in Canada, and it's a discrimination against them if they violate your right to work.
Yeah, no, we hear what you're saying, for sure.
Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, no problem. So email is a great way to stay in touch with friends, relatives, and acquaintances. You can also email to reach potential employers or activate contacts. Consider these thoughts on email networking. Ensure you have permission. Don't email a person you don't know unless they've made their address public in a discussion group, article, or website. Never use an email address that you acquired without that person's consent. Research. Visit the organization's